Welcome to Christmas with Expedition Texas, celebrating Christmas with the people of Gonzales, Texas, presented by the city of Gonzales.
Texas is full of lost history, from lost cemeteries to abandoned buildings, from the infamous to the obscure. Hitch a ride and travel across the Lone Star State, looking for hints of Texas' colorful past, our lost history. This is Expedition Texas, and we're gonna find it.
Hello, and welcome to something that's become a bit of a tradition for us here on Expedition Texas. It's called Christmas with Expedition Texas. And today we're in Gonzales, Texas to celebrate Christmas with the people here. We're going to see some excellent history, we're going to visit with some fun people, meet some great business owners here in town, and best of all, see the Christmas parade, the snow hill, the carousel, the carnival, the whole 9 yards. We're doing it all right here downtown Gonzales, Christmas with Expedition Texas. But before celebrating Christmas on the square, we stopped off at the historic Alcalde Hotel to visit with our guide, Clint Hill, the tourism director for the city of Gonzales. Hey man, how's it going, Clint?
Doing well, Bob. How are you? Welcome to Gonzales.
Thank you so much. So, man, tell me about Christmas in Gonzales, Texas.
Gonzales, Texas celebrates Christmas in a huge way. We get started early at the first weekend of December every year. It's our annual Winterfest celebration with all kinds of things going on. We've got a historic homes tour, we've got lighting Christmas parades, organ concerts, Christmas with Santa. We've got a Pioneer Village Living History Center out there that they do Stars in the Village. It's all lit up. We've got carousels and carnivals for kids. We've got Santa's Market.
Now, did I see snow out there?
It is going to snow in Gonzales tonight.
Wow, that's cool. Lots of fun.
Absolutely.
So I know we have some businesses that celebrate in a grand fashion, and we're going to see some of those in a little bit. But first, tell us about this historic hotel that we're in.
This is the historic Alcalde Hotel. It was totally renovated a few years ago. And legend has it, Bonnie and Clyde escaped out of a second floor window.
There are Bonnie and Clyde legends all over Texas, and we found another one right here at the Alcalde. So we've got a little bit of time before it gets dark and before the parade starts, so let's go visit some of these businesses.
There's a lot to see and do. Let's get started.
All right, I'm ready. And just a short walk away in downtown Gonzales in a beautiful old home was Laurel Ridge Antiques, where we met up with owner Barbara Crozier. Well, I love it here, Barbara. Tell me about this place. It's so Christmassy. That's like the only word I can come up with.
Well, it is Christmassy this time of year.
Yeah.
From the 1st of October, which is our local Come and Take It celebration, celebrating Texas independence each year, and Gonzales is place in that, we transform this place into a Christmas wonderland. I really like to think that I've been kind of creating Christmas magic here for 4 decades now.
Wow, and Christmas has always been kind of a part of this place, but it's transformed before. Originally, it was a home, and your mother had something to do with it?
This house was built in 1914, so it's one of the wonderful, it's a baby of the historic homes in Gonzales, because we are so blessed to have so much rich history and so much beautiful, rich architecture here in town. So this is one of the last really big houses built in Gonzales. It was right before the advent of World War I, was kind of the close in that architectural build. And the family that lived here, the lady was still alive when my mother purchased this over 40 years ago. So we got a lot of family memorabilia involved in it. I thought she was crazy. I was living in London at the time. I was in graduate school, and she called me, and that was back when you didn't have cell phones and call in London was pretty expensive. So we talked every other Sunday in the evening, and she called back and said, okay, you need to catch the first plane after the end of this semester. She said, I bought a great big old house to keep Sonic from knocking it down, and you need to come home and help me put it back together. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Really? And she said, yes, really. So when I came back, I thought, okay, this is a 2-year project, because it had been vacant for 15 years. And we did all of the work ourselves, and it's been a little longer than 2 years since I was in graduate school now.
Coming up next, we explore Laurel Ridge with Barbara and downtown Gonzales businesses celebrating Christmas in downtown Gonzales, Texas. Welcome back to Christmas with Expedition Texas, celebrating Christmas with the people of Gonzales, Texas, presented by the City of Gonzales. We're celebrating Christmas in Gonzales, Texas, but not before visiting with some local businesses that really get into the Christmas spirit. Barbara Crozier at Laurel Ridge Antiques is all about Christmas.
This is it's a Texas Santa artist. I call him Santa Smiths. It's just he and his wife and a couple of other people in a very small studio, and they are all custom pieces. Each one is different. They're made with vintage fabrics and vintage furs, vintage pulled wool beards, and we can customize them. You know, this is a basic style of it, but if you have family memorabilia you'd like to put in it, or something different that you'd like, we can do that. And each one that we get, even if it's the same stylistically, is going to be different.
Now you say basic style, but let me point out there is nothing basic about this. This is so cool.
Well,
like you have the valves for the water, you have the gauges on here. All this work around here. He is very ingenious, absolutely. And all the faces are original sculpted faces. And like I said, all of the little stuff on it, for the most part, is vintage. All of the fabrics and furs. I love this one. We call it our Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. I love that.
Isn't that
like
not hysterical?
The gas pipes from the house.
Exactly.
And it just looks so cool.
And the up and away hot air balloon. And if you'll notice, that's an old globe.
Right.
Yeah,
an old globe. Man, that's so cool.
And I don't know if you noticed the airplane behind me or not, but that's one of the most popular ones.
Right now, the shop at Laurel Ridge is all about Christmas, but what happens when Christmas is over?
In answer to your question of what else we do other than Christmas and what we do the rest of the year, is we have all sorts of wonderful things, but they're all kind of one of a kind, like our Christmas is. We design jewelry with antique elements. I love these. These are actually antique buttons, many of them.
Wow.
That's an Art Deco button, amethyst cut glass, set in sterling on freshwater pearls. This is a Victorian piece, so is this one. This one's very unusual. This is a horse bridle rosette, and rosettes held the mouthpiece to the headstall of bridle during the 1840s to about 1920 at the advent of the automobile, when horse bridles weren't as necessary as they were before the automobile. Some of them are very interesting. The ones to your right that say U.S. on them and the ones with the heart on it are actually, look a little bit farther to your right, you'll see the ones with the hearts. Those are actually Union cavalry mounts. And if you watch some of the old Western movies, look closely at the bridles, you'll see those rosettes on those bridles.
Wow.
So we tool them onto old belts and bolos and make jewelry out of them. I just think they're fabulous.
Very
it's
cool.
Wearable history is what we call it.
I love it. Wearable history. That's
wearable
good.
History.
But if you prefer your wearables to be a bit more modern, there was a store around the corner that was just the ticket.
Next, I want to take you into Angels and Outlaws.
Angels and Outlaws. I like the sound of that.
We try to keep just a good range of product because we are in a small community, so we have to have a little bit of something for everybody. So yeah, we keep different price
No
range.
lack of customers, it seems. That's good. That's a good sign.
We stay pretty busy.
We stay really busy. We carry lines from Tasha Polizzi, which you can buy a shirt for $150. And then we carry t-shirts that you can buy for $36. So we try, like Andy said, to carry something for everyone. We're a small community and we want everyone to feel like they could come in and shop with us.
And they do, but our sweet tooth was starting to holler at us, so we took a walk around the corner to another business.
Sweet Bee's Dessert Boutique.
That's right, Dessert Boutique. This was gonna be fun. Hi, Bree.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? It smells so good in here.
Thank you.
It always does. Tell me about your shop here.
Well, we opened up about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
We make most everything that you see here. Our most popular items are probably our decorated sugar cookies and then our homemade ice cream. We make all the ice cream here.
You didn't tell me there was homemade ice cream in here.
Yes.
Can we do Christmas episodes every week? This is good. So this building is a nice, innocent little bakery now with sweet treats, but it didn't start its life that way, right?
No, it was built in 1899 and it opened as a saloon.
Really?
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, it was only a saloon for 2 years because the owner got shot in here.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So I guess saloon no more.
No more.
Well, it's a much better thing now.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your business.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck to you, and we'll see you at the parade tonight, maybe?
Yes, for sure.
All right.
We'll be the one with the big gingerbread house.
Welcome back to Christmas with Expedition Texas, celebrating Christmas with the people of Gonzales, Texas, presented by the City of Gonzales. Next up on our tour of downtown Gonzales, a historic building now known as the Dilworth Inn. Oh, cool. Hey, Kasha.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
So, Clint's showing me around town today and brought me here to see your Dilworth Inn. Tell me about this place.
Well, it is an old historic building built in 1912.
Okay.
We purchased it about 5 years ago and have completely renovated it from
I've
top
noticed.
to bottom.
It looks very nice, and I see photos around of, I guess, what it looked like back kind of in its heyday.
Yes.
What was this building originally?
It originally was a bank back in the early 1900s. It was owned by the Dilworth family.
Okay.
They closed up several years later. They went into some bankruptcy, and from that time, it's been a number of things.
But most importantly for the time being, the Dilworth is a classy hotel overlooking downtown Gonzales.
Rooms 7 through 14 are on this side.
Okay.
This room originally was one big, large open room.
Really?
So it was almost looked kind of like a ballroom.
Cool.
We know that when Ginler's was here, the department store, they used this space for their housing of their extra supplies and stuff. So we built these rooms to modern day standards. On this side, which is where we're going to go next, we kept the original layout. So you get to see all the old transoms and the old woodwork.
Nice.
So this is room 2. I would like to show you. You'll see the original transom is still in place that we were able to save.
So cool.
Thanks. Go take a look in here. Isn't it great? This is one of our most popular rooms that our guests like to stay in because it's right here on the corner and they have a perfect view to all the festivities and everything that's going on outside.
Yeah, you have a big festival here every year, right?
We do. Every October, it's our Come and Take It festival. Brings a lot of people, lots of stuff going on.
Very nice.
It's a great time.
Well, this would definitely be the room I would want.
Yes, yes, it definitely has a great view, and our guests seem to really love it. Actually, we have people that kind of fight over it when it's time to book a room. We do.
Oh boy. So what are you going to be doing this evening when all the Christmas festivities get started?
Be out there with everyone else enjoying them.
Sounds good. You're not going to be watching from up here throwing stuff at people?
The room's rented tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you then. Thanks for showing us
You're
around.
welcome. Thank you for
Appreciate it
coming.
so much.
Thank you for having us.
Our next stop was just down the block at a cute little shop with a yellow door, a place called Spaces Sublime, to visit with its owner, Suzanne Zates, about what they have there.
So we have like new or new items that are furniture, and then we also have housewares, bath, Christmas, gifts.
It's very nice. I like that.
Thank you. Can I get you some punch?
Punch? What kind of punch?
Champagne punch.
Champagne punch. The best kind.
Well, come on, it's the holidays.
Yeah, what's in there?
Well, don't eat the cranberries.
Don't eat it?
Well, you can, they're just sour. Grapes, apple, champagne. Clint, you want some?
Yes, please. What a treat.
Here you go, you get to be merry and bright.
Okay.
We'll give Clint a fa la la.
Okay.
How's that? Our bags over here are all handmade, that's fine, in Guatemala.
Handmade.
Yeah, all hand woven fabric.
Very nice.
And then we have hand embroidered florals as well. But these are all made by women who are on a lower socioeconomic scale there within the country, and then they have the weaving equipment in their homes, so they're able to actually work and earn a living.
While in Gonzales, we also got to see some beautiful homes. Our guide Clint owns 2 that both function as a bed and breakfast. The Booth House was built in 1913 by Emily Booth and her son Ross, who would later own the property that is now Bell Oaks Inn. More about that in a moment. Over the years, the house has belonged to several families but was left vacant in 2004. After sitting unused for more than 5 years, Clint bought the house in 2010 and he worked to bring the Booth House back to its full beauty. The Booth House Bed and Breakfast opened in 2010. Around the corner and down the street is Clint's other bed and breakfast, the majestic Bell Oaks. Bell Oaks was built in 1912 by successful banker C.E. Dilworth for his wife Lenora, and it was their family home for many years. In the 1950s, it was used as dorm rooms for doctors and nurses working at the nearby Warm Springs Rehabilitation Hospital. In 1961, the house was purchased by the Booth family, who converted the home back into a private residence. Clint bought the house in 2000 and began renovations. And last but not least, the place where we started our tour of the town, Laurel Ridge. We visited the first floor antique store, but the second and third floors serve as a bed and breakfast and is very popular among shoppers who come to town to visit. And coming up next, we head downtown for the Christmas parade and tree lighting. It's Christmas with Expedition Texas. Welcome back to Christmas with Expedition Texas, celebrating Christmas with the people of Gonzales, Texas, presented by the City of Gonzales. We're celebrating Christmas in downtown Gonzales. We've made our way around the square and met some great folks we hope to see again at the annual Christmas parade. So we're downtown now. It's about time for the parade to begin, and we found Suzanne again. How you doing?
I've had more champagne.
You
so
have?
I'm better. Yeah.
You're better? Even better? All right. Well, good. So we're here. The parade is about to get underway, and there's a huge crowd out here.
Yes.
And we're going to wrap the whole thing up with lighting the Christmas tree in a little bit.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Absolutely fabulous. Yes, and my kids are very excited.
Good. Well, let's have some fun. The Christmas parade is about to begin right here in downtown Gonzales. Let's go watch.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
Let's go. All right, I was hanging around at the base of the Christmas tree down here. They're getting ready to light it, and the person that's going to light the tree is none other than Mayor Connie Cassier. Thanks for having us here in Gonzales.
Well, welcome to our historic downtown Gonzales. We're delighted to have you.
Well, thank you for having us. You're doing the honors later, lighting the official Christmas tree.
Absolutely.
So do you get like a countdown?
We do a countdown and just wish everyone in the city a very Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you and Merry Christmas to Gonzales.
Thank you. It's a blessing to have you.
Let's light that tree.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Merry Christmas to you. It's been a good year. Been a good year. Remember me, Bob? I'm on your good list. Remember? Good list?
Are you sure about that good list?
Hope so. Hope so.
All right. I'll put you back down on there.
Good evening. And from the office of the mayor and the entire city of Gonzales, we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. All right, Gonzales, here we go. Countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. Santa, would you like to...
So I'm saying you're the angel.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
Okay. She wasn't here to defend herself. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
You and yours. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you for coming out to
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us for this very special episode of Expedition Texas, Christmas with Expedition Texas, and the people of Gonzales. Had so much fun hanging out with everyone here today, meeting these small business owners downtown and getting to know some of the people like Clint and Barbara and all those. So make a point. When you're down this way, swing through downtown Gonzales, visit with some of these folks here. I know you're going to have just as much fun as I did. In the meantime, Merry Christmas from all of us here at Expedition Texas.